So thank you very much for stepping in there, Mel. Fellow Toastmasters, Madam Toastmasters, and very welcome guests, if we've got any. Welcome, everyone. Hello. So, choices. You made a choice to attend this meeting tonight, despite the fact that there's all this chaos going on, all your very busy lives. So thank you very much, first of all, for taking time out to listen to me and my speech, and I hope you get some value from this. When we think about choices, there's different types of choices. There's choices we can't make, and there are choices we can make. What I'm aiming to cover today, by the end of this speech, is when we don't have a choice versus when we do have a choice. A hard choice versus no choice. And actually some tips we can use to make us more empowered to make choices. So, first of all, can you think of, you don't have to answer this out loud so I don't go mad on speaker, but can you think of a time where you've been in a very difficult situation and you thought, oh, I've got no choice, I'm really, really stuck here. But only to a later stage you realised, actually I did have a choice there, or maybe I wasn't as stuck as I thought I was when you've talked it through with someone, or you've come to a later realisation. I've been there myself, and I've spoken to many people who have. So just think about that one. Now, when don't we have a choice? We don't have a choice on how we're born into this world. We don't have a choice about how we're born physically, mentally, what our financial background is. That's just how we're born. We don't have a choice about it. There's also, you're going along in life and something bad might happen to you or someone close. And whether that's a natural disaster or an accident, those are the kind of things we don't have a choice over. There's, unfortunately, this virus out there. Now, did we have choice over the fact that there's a virus out there? No, we didn't. Obviously, there might have been a mistake along the way, but us as individuals had no choice about that. But then there are instances when we do have choice. But people claim they don't have choice sometimes. So let's use a couple of examples. First of all, when you're in a very difficult job that you really don't enjoy, and you're slogging away 9 to 5 just to pay the bills. And I think we can all agree we need money to pay the bills, right? But if you've got a really difficult job, and obviously you've got to support people, if you're in a difficult job, do you have a choice to look for another job? Do you have a choice to maybe continue your job, but do a little qualification towards something? Usually, more than often, we do. But it could be a very, very difficult choice. But it's still, and it might be difficult in the short term, but provide us with more benefit in the long term. Let's use another example. So say you're in a romantic relationship and it's not working. It worked at first, but it's going downhill. And unfortunately, you're somewhere along, you might have commitments. You might have a house together. You might have a mortgage. You might have pets. You might have children. Obviously, no importance in those things in the way I said it at all. But you might be at different levels of commitment. Now, do you have a choice to leave that person? Yes. Is it going to be easy? No, it's not going to be easy. But it's a very hard choice, and it might bring about difficult things, difficult times for both of you. But it's a choice. It's not no choice. People often say, rule out these hardest options just because they're really uncomfortable. And we have a limbic part of our brain. Now, the limbic part of our brain is not designed to keep us happy. It is designed to keep us safe. And that is why we sometimes resort back to trying to do comfortable things and not going for these hard choices and ruling them out completely. So, what can we do to feel more empowered? Well, first of all, I want to touch on a model from the book 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey, which not only touches on productivity, but I believe it's important to well-being as well. And what he's got is a circle of influence and a circle of concern. The circle of influence are our actions, what our beliefs are, what our decisions are, how we treat other people. The circle of concern is what other people say, what other people do, what happens with the weather, what the news says, what Boris Johnson decides. These are the kind of things we can't control. But we do have a choice over our own actions. We can choose to eat healthy. We can choose to meditate. We can choose to speak to people on the phone and take care of ourselves. So what are 3 exercises I'll go through very quickly? Number 1, journaling. Journaling can just get things out of your head, and writing it down is going to declutter your mind and help you understand, actually, by asking yourself the right question, what can I do? And then start writing down some choices. And that's how I do it personally, write down a question and then write down an answer. Because when your brain is asked a certain question, it will look for the answer. If it is asked a negative question, it will look for a negative answer. But ask yourself, what can you do? And journal it down. How can I improve this? Is going to search for more options and therefore more choices. The next one, acknowledging the card. The next one is, just quickly, is speaking to someone, talking it through can do the same effect, whether it's a friend or family or someone at work. That can help you. You've got 2 people talking then to talk about these challenges and what choices you might have. And then the third one, the final one, is getting a life coach. I'm a bit biased myself because I'm doing a life coaching qualification, but I've been coached, and talking through with a coach, understanding your options, can really understand you've got more choice and you can be more empowered than you can. So, to sum up my talk today, no choice is is different from a hard choice. We're more empowered than we think. There are times in the circle of concern when we genuinely don't have a choice, but there are times when we do have choice. Just think about your situations and what you can do. Thank you.